So magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat. Sa organizers ng conference na ito, maraming salamat sa inyong pag-imbita sa akin. Based on the profile that they read, you will know that I'm not really an IT person, but I can say that through the years, IT has actually impacted my profession. I am actually a PR person by profession, and a lot of the things happening in communication now are being changed or adjusted or tweaked by ICT. So today, mga kapuso, ang akin pong ikikwento sa inyo ay ano bang ginagawa ng ICT sa larangan ng telebisyon. Ang ikikwento ko ay nasa perspective ng GMA Network, pero palagay ko sa maraming media entities ngayon, hindi lamang dito sa Pilipinas, kundi sa buong mundo, merong mga nangyayaring pagbabago gawa ng ICT. So let us begin. I have actually prepared a presentation in English, but I think you're all young, so para magising-gising kayo, mag-Tagalog na lang tayong lahat, di ba? So I encourage you to ask questions later if there's something you want to clarify. But again, the Kolatilla, I'm not an expert in ICT. What I will tell you is how ICT impacts my job. Okay po? Sige. So, ayan. Prutas, di ba? Apple tsaka blackberry. Ngayon, hindi na sila apple at blackberry na kinakain. Brands na po sila. So, I'm sure a lot of you would have your BlackBerry phones or your iPhone 4, iPhone 5. Nagsimula yan dati ang notebook, spiral na bagay na may papel. Ngayon, computers na siya. Last year, yung Galaxy, hindi na siya ang kalawakan, kundi ang isang telepono ng Samsung. Indeed, technology is pervasive. It's everywhere and has actually changed the everyday things we have. Today, what is happening now, there are 3 screens. Yung ating telephone, yung ating computer, at saka yung ating traditional television. So we already have, at the very least, 3 sources of mediated communication. Ngayon, tayo bilang mga manunood or bilang consumers, we already have a sound voice, a firm voice, and a very dominant voice in some instances as to what we want to see on TV, what we want to hear on radio, what we want to see in the computer. Kasi hawak na natin yung mouse tsaka yung mga click buttons na yan. So marami na tayong power ngayon. For example, ngayon, instant gratification na thanks to technology. When Manny Pacquiao has a fight, we no longer have to sit through 10,000 minutes of commercials every round. We surf, find that streaming website, and we are ahead of most people, especially those without cable, in knowing who won or who has prevailed. And then, a lot of people now, we do staycations, if you know the word, di ba? Instead of going out of town, I'll stay at home and have a marathon of my favorite TV series. Bakit? Kasi nada-download na siya ngayon. Dati, nung panahon ko, I'm sure, hindi nyo na yun, hindi pa yata kayo pinapanganak nung panahon ko. But nung panahon ko, yung TV, very tied to a time. So, kunwari, Voltes 5, I remember, was 5 o'clock in the afternoon. So, I had to be home before 5 because I will watch Voltes 5. Ngayon, kahit kailan mo gustong manood ng TV program, pwede na. Diba? So, hindi na masyadong tied to the TV ang mga kabataan ngayon. Ano pa ba ang nangyayari dahil sa teknolohiya? Lahat tayo reporter na. Lahat tayo pwede nang magkaroon ng column, diba? Lahat tayo pwede nang magsabi ng opinion natin. Bakit? Kasi yung ating mga cellphones, meron na siyang camera. Ang internet connectivity is actually everywhere. I remember when I was in an IT company, Wi-Fi was just an emerging technology, and we were still trying to sell organizations to put it in their offices. But now, actually, if you don't have Wi-Fi in your house, you're somewhat kawawa, diba? Parang hindi ka connected sa mga nangyayari sa mundo. Dati, isipin mo, di ba, ay kailangan mass comm student ako para makapag-report ako sa TV. Ngayon, hindi na, di ba? Parang kailangan lang, nasa right place ka at the right time with a right breaking story na juicy at nangyayari sa harapan mo. Tapos kukulan mo na siya. Tatandaan nyo ba dati, di ba, yung mistress na inaway siya nung asawa sa mall? Tapos ang daming nagkuha nung, nung incident na yun, and it was uploaded, and then you had your say in what happened, di ba? So really now, news organizations are being given a run for their money by citizen journalists. Kasi ngayon, ang news organization, di ba yung reporters nila nakakalat sa iba-ibang fields. Minsan, walang reporter na nakadeploy sa isang pinangyayarihan ng napaka-importanteng pangyayari. Dahil may phone na tayo, pwede na tayong mag-break ng balita na yun, di ba? So we are very powerful now, not just as media consumers, but as media producers, and that is because of IT. In the network, branded entertainment has also, well, not just in the network, but in other entities as well. Branded entertainment is now intertwined with advertising. So what you see here is an example of how we do branded advertising now. Every year, for some 6 years now, we have a collaboration with our select advertisers, and they produce what we call Christmas shorts. So these are 5-minute films produced per company, and it has a short story in itself, and it runs for mga 5 minutes. So that's what's happening even in advertising, diba? Advertising has been affected by technology as well. Niche marketing is also becoming not just a fad, but a reality in television. And niche, it's not just small. Dati niche, maliit lang, diba? Concentrated marketing. Ngayon, because of technology, yung niche marketing, napadami na siya to the nth power. So, yung niche marketing natin ngayon, yung mga mahilig magbestida, pwede na siyang mahilig magbestida sa buong mundo. Hindi lang sa Pilipinas mo itatarget. Kaya napakadami nang nagagawa sa advertising at sa marketing ng teknolohiya. So in our jargon in broadcasting, niche refers to a well-defined audience. And because of the advancements in technology, we now have 24/7 stations, especially with cable. And now, madami ng kinds of stations. Pwede ng puro anime. Dati ang MTV was just an hour every Saturday. Again, I'm tied to the TV for X number of hours if I wanted to see the latest music videos. But now, pag hindi ako makatulog sa gabi, eto, bio, o kaya naman history, o kaya HBO. Madaming ng choices na pare-pareho bawat isang channel, di ba? So, hindi ka na, kung ikaw ay taong walang kasawa-sawa sa pelikula, pwede ka na talagang mag-stay sa bahay kasi madami ng movie cable stations or puro sitcom. AXN has a lot of police dramas, mga ganyan. So now we have a food channel, a fashion channel, Disney channel, anime, lahat na lang ng niche meron na. So that one on screen you see is an example of a niche marketing for a TV station, which is bio. Ngayon, again, going back to the power of consumers, because of technology, we already can be heard, and our manufacturers or those who consider us clients can already address our concerns. I'm showing you the Facebook page of Thunderbird Resorts because last year, I think, I actually became one of those who made a comment. It was a bad comment. I gave them a bad review. So I went to their Rizal resort and the food was bad. So I told them on FB because they had a promotion and then they were saying that the restaurant, blah, blah, blah. So I made a comment and said, well, perhaps your restaurant can offer better cuisine. Wonder of wonders, they couldn't ignore me kasi kahit Facebook yun, syempre madami silang friends, di ba? So nag-sorry sila, tapos they gave me updates, ganyan. So ngayon, yung consumer, powerful na rin siya. Ayan, dumadami na yung powerful sa atin ngayon, di ba? Yung consumer, yung televiewer, yan. Mga dalawang more of the powerful members of the population now. So, ano ba ang ating masasabi despite technology? In the near future, probably we can say TV will still be here, but it will be very, very much affected by technology. So as the people in the industry are beginning to accept and address, technology will impact how we broadcast and how we develop media content. So siguro sa inyong mga manonood, sa inyong mga kabataan, hindi niyo pa masyadong naiisip na exciting yon. Kasi, di ba, you are normally the viewers eh. Pero for us, behind, the business behind it, we recognize that there are changes happening. So, mapunta naman tayo sa GMA. Ano bang ginagawa namin para mag-cope sa mga pangyayari na binibigay ng teknolohiya na ito, di ba? The basic question, I think, for a lot of the broadcast entities now, di ba, how will we stay on top of our game? So for the network, we stay on top of our game by being consistent in promoting and producing and airing quality programs. So ayan, we never tire of innovating kasi because of technology, innovation has become a buzzword. So kung hindi ka mag-i-innovate, may iwan ka ng competition. I think that's true in a lot of the professions and a lot of the sectors now. So, innovation really is key. What else? What else does the network do? On screen, you see our portal. So, technology is definitely spawning new ways of us engaging you, our audience. And so, we have, for example, now 2 channels. One is GMA Network, the other is GNTV or GMA News TV. And since it opened its maiden broadcast last year, GNTV has been gaining ground as well. Just last week, we were happy to learn that as of August, Nielsen ratings put our GNTV at number 1. Diba? So that's very, very good news for us. Aside from our 2 channels of content delivery, we also have GMA News Online. So for those of you who are netizens, I'm sure you sometimes visit the online edition of our programs. And then, that's, as I've mentioned earlier, our portal. It's a first of its kind in a sense that anything and everything GMA is already in this portal. So if you have missed an episode, for example, or if you have missed the news for the day, which incidentally is streamed, then you can go to the site, to the portal, and check that news for the day. You can download the videos. So again, what have we done because of technology? We have extended the lifespan of our programs. Diba? What else? Another thing that we implement for us to stay on top of our game and remain number 1, we recognize that localization is still key. So this, despite the advent of technology, we recognize that subcultures are still prevalent. So what do we do? In our network, in our provincial stations, we have the news in the vernacular. That's one example. So here you see Balitang Bisdak. That is the 24 oras version in Cebuano. So we have Pangasinense. Where we have the originating station, we have a local news program. And then, syempre, di ba sabi nila, if you can't beat them, join them. So what have we done? Because of Facebook and Twitter, Instagram, we have tried to put a lot of our programs in these social platforms as well. So, for example, a lot of our programs have their own FB pages. So if you have favorite programs and you want to engage the people behind those programs, go to their Facebook pages. And then a lot of our talents, the Kapuso Stars, they are on Twitter. So if you want to follow them, if you want to know what they're up to, you don't have to buy the magazine. Just go follow them on Twitter. And then, for us to encourage citizen journalism that's responsible, we have YouScoop. So if you have a relevant information that you have caught on camera or relevant activity or event, you can send to our news, and then if we see it fit for broadcasting, we will air it. Ngayon, hindi lamang kami nagbibigay ng mga programa via technology. Dahil kami ay responsible na media practitioner, we also recognize that this power that technology gives us can also corrupt us, di ba? So gusto natin na ang paggamit natin ng IT ay merong parameters. We have to be responsible, we have to be vigilant at all times. What is evident? Technology is enhancing your power as a media consumer. In the same manner, technology is enhancing our power as deliverers of media products. So what should we do? We should use this responsibly. Ika nga, think before you click daw, diba? And with that, I want to thank everyone for listening to me. I do hope you took away something from my short presentation. Just as a last plug, syempre plug, di ba? Feeling artista. If you want to discover and learn more about the Kapuso culture, please visit us. We have studio tours for students. Just visit our website. Maraming salamat po ulit, mga Kapuso.